Hey everyone. Hey, I changed it up on you this week. I was supposed to talk about hiring or not hiring, building, and stuff like that, but I want to talk about something a little different, something that we've all probably run into as entrepreneurs. So I've set up a real estate team. I have a renovation business, and I'm working on a short-term rental business right now. That's a lot going on, and as you know, you're at 100 miles an hour whenever you're trying to start a new business. If you go too fast without taking care of yourself, you run into burnout. So I really want to talk about that a little bit today because it's something that's plagued me in the past, and there's a couple different types of burnout that I kind of identify. The first burnout is temporary burnout. So this is something I run into from time to time. You're working too fast, you're working too hard, and you're not actually taking time for yourself, whether it's relaxation, something you find fun, invigorating, things like that. You come to a point, you end up at a wall basically. You're trying to push forward, trying to get better, trying to keep the business moving, even though it is moving, but you're trying to really move it too fast. And then what happens is you're sitting there, you can't focus, you're tired, you're a little grouchy probably, things like that start creeping in and you just have to stop. It's your body telling you to slow down, take some time, maybe take a 3-day weekend or something like that. In fact, I might go home a little early today to take some of that time so I avoid burning out because I'm at that point where things aren't focusing quite as well. I'm tired, probably a little grouchy. Now there's things I can do to get better at this. My coach is trying to help me with that, how much I'm working, when I'm working. And one of the things I'm actually getting pretty good at is blocking off some time that is non-negotiable, can't be changed. Now I don't do this well for family time and stuff like that right now. I'm working on it. But I do have Krav Maga, which is a martial arts I do, and I have 4 time slots blocked off. I have Monday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, and Saturday morning, an hour and a half each. That is my non-negotiable time. If work comes up during that time, well, too bad, it's gonna have to wait because I'm doing something that invigorates me. And just think about it this way, that's an hour and a half. What can happen to my business or your business in an hour and a half, heck, even a day sometimes, that's gonna completely blow up your whole business? Yeah, you might not answer something quite as quickly, or somebody might be a little angrier with you than they would, but still, you have to value yourself and your time too, or you will continue to burn out. And like I said, as you're burnt out, your business actually suffers because you, the person running it, the entrepreneur, the visionary, the integrator, everything, especially when you're solo, you're gone. You're not working like you should be working. You're not focusing like you should be focusing. So take some time, build your schedule, build some time for yourself. Heck, even building an off day. That's one of the things my coach is also working with me on is, take some time off. 1 day a week at least, no work. So right now for me, that is Sundays. I don't work on Sundays. I hope at least. Sometimes I might break that rule, but most of the time I try not to work on Sundays. And eventually I want to work till the fact that I don't work at all on the weekend. And then work to the point that I'm home at a decent time at night. And then take that time and do things that invigorate me, like spending time with family and friends, spending time on a kayak or something like that that actually invigorates me and makes me happier. The other type of burnout I see is much worse. And that's what I would call total burnout. What I would think about total burnout is you're doing your business, you're rocking it, you're rolling, you're building this business, you've been building it for a couple of years, and it's getting to the point where it's getting really hard because we have that inflection point in business where right before you break through the ceiling, whether it's adding extra staff or anything like that, it gets hard because you're at full capacity plus. And then we burn out at that point and we say, you know what, I'm done with this business, I can't handle this anymore, and you burn it all to the ground. So that you spent years, months, decades, who knows, building this business, and now you've actually burnt it all the way down to the ground because you said you can't handle it anymore. I think this happens for a few reasons when this does happen. The first is you do hit temporary burnout, maybe the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 20th time. During the temporary burnout also, you don't have a big enough why to keep going with. Your why in business cannot be, I just want to make money. It has to be bigger than that. Helping people, going places, doing things. Something like, hey, I want to be financially free by the age of 50, so my wife and I do not have to work if we don't want to. If you know me, I'll probably be working because I like working. But I can take the time off to see the world, spend time with family, see my nephew's soccer games, things like that. I work when I want to. So I'm trying to get to that point, and that's kind of my why. So you have to have a why that's really driving you. I've heard whys like, I want to make it so I can pay off my parents' house and they don't have to pay for anything. They can live financially free. I want to make it so my kids grow up and they don't have to pay for college, or I can buy them the first house. Things like that, but it has to resonate with you. You can't use someone else's why, you gotta use your why. Lastly, your passion. If you do not have the passion for the business you're in, maybe you fell into it, maybe you started something different, but you gotta have the passion for the business you're in, because starting a business, like I said, is hard. So if you don't like it and you're in it day to day, and you hit that burnout point, and you don't have a why you're doing it, then you're gonna burn it to the ground. So think about those things. Think about spending time for yourself, because if you take the time for yourself, then you'll avoid the burnout, which avoids those weeks of half working because you're mentally and physically fatigued and really can't do it right now. So your body makes you take a break. So I invite you to check with your calendar, schedule time for family and friends, schedule times for other things that make you happy and energetic in between your work time. So that way you don't hit the burnout, because it is real. And if you're an entrepreneur, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hope this helped you guys out. See you later.